everybody, Mr. D here, wrapping up the week with you with another episode of Flex Appeal Friday. Today we're going to focus on some muscles that everyone should be very familiar with that help move our arms, that help keep our shirt on. We're talking about our deltoids.
Deltoids.
Hopefully many of you remember that when we talk about our deltoids, we're talking about our shoulders. So let's take a more in-depth look at these bad boys.
Our shoulders are made up of three different muscles: the anterior, lateral, and posterior deltoid. The anterior, or the front deltoid's main responsibility is shoulder flexion. This is when you lift your arms out in front of you. The lateral deltoids are responsible for shoulder abduction. This is when you raise your arms out to the side. Finally, your posterior, or rear deltoid, are mainly responsible for horizontal abduction. Think of this as having your arms out in front of you and then bringing them out to the side, almost like a reverse hug.
So don't get too caught up on all the big terminology we're using here. That's just for another day when we cover like a kinesiology class. But there are three takeaways you should get out of this. First things first, when we talk about our shoulders, we're talking about three muscles called the deltoids. Number two, they help move our shoulders. And number three, anytime you move your shoulders in a different way, that's going to be a different deltoid muscle. So with all that being said now, we're going to get into the exercise portion of this. I'm going to go show you a few exercises you can do that are going to help work each one of those muscles. So let's get at it. So here we're down in the gym. I'm going to show you a few exercises that you can do that's going to work on all three of those muscles. First exercise, we're going to do something called an isometric front raise. This is going to focus on the front part of our shoulder. Basically, all you're going to do is you're going to start with your hands down at your waist. You're going to bring them up, and you're going to hold them right about where your mouth is. And you're going to hold them out in front of you as long as you can. Remember when we talk about isometric contractions? That means we're not moving. It's still. It's steady. Our muscles aren't moving. So you're going to hold out as long as you can. Ideally, we want to try to do this for at least 30 seconds. So try it with no weight to start. If you find that's too easy, you can just grab some everyday household objects. Like I said, here I got some couple rolls of toilet paper. Same thing, you're coming up. You're going to hold that toilet paper in front of you as long as you can until your arms can't give out anymore and you're going to fall down. Again, you could either use a couple 2 liters, fill them up with water, same thing like that. You really do not need a lot of weight. You'll find out real quick, you don't need a lot of weight to do this. But again, try to hold it at least 30 seconds, see how long you can go. So the next one, we're going to do something called an isometric lateral raise. So you're going to be doing the exact same thing, except now we're going out to our side. So again, arms are going to start at your side. You're coming all the way out, and you're going to hold it this way now. This is going to work on that lateral head of our deltoid. So arms are out straight. Again, trying to be about even with your shoulders. You want a nice perpendicular, 90 degrees is what you're looking for. Holding out as long as you can. You're going to notice this muscle is going to be a little weaker than our anterior or our front shoulder muscle. So you're not going to need as much weight, but doing the same thing, holding out as long as you can. If you need to grab different weights or resistance, that's fine. Again, trying to hold at least 30 seconds on this hold. So for our final exercise, we're going to do something called an isometric rear delt raise. So for this, we're working on that back portion of our shoulder. But in order to do this, we're going to need to bend over now. Because again, when we do this, we want to be doing that horizontal abduction. So if we're going this way, we're not really going to get much resistance. So we need to bend over to have gravity be our resistance. So again, we're going to bend over, you're coming up, and you're going to hold it out like this. Because again, if I'm standing up straight, now all the resistance is down. If I bend over, the resistance is forward. I'm holding myself in that horizontal abduction state. So same thing, if you want to hold weights, that's fine. Do the best you can. You want to hold it at least 30 seconds, trying all these different forms. Well, everybody, that's going to wrap up today's video. Thanks for joining me.
Mr. D, we are far from done.
Huh?
I've been watching you.
Depending on where you've been watching, it will depend on how creepy that statement is.
You're asking all the wrong questions.
That wasn't even a question.
The real question is, are you prepared to take me on in a challenge? A challenge that will test your mind, body, and soul.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, do you want to see me hold a lat raise longer?
Who am I? Well, I'm you.
Shouldn't have had that spaghetti for dinner.